You woke up today with a heavy heart, didn't you? That strange feeling in your chest, racing thoughts, as if something bad is about to happen. And the worst thing is that, sometimes, there isn't even a clear reason. It's just there. Anxiety. Silent, suffocating, taking over your morning and trying to convince you that the day has already started wrong. But let me tell you something. You didn't find this video by chance. God saw what you are feeling right now, and He brought you here because He wants to talk to you. Maybe you've tried to take a deep breath, pretend that everything is fine, put a smile on your face. But inside, you're fighting thoughts that don't stop, worries that accumulate, and that feeling that something is out of place. You're tired of living like this, and you know what's worse. Almost no one notices. You smile, you work, you do what needs to be done, but no one imagines the storm that is happening inside you. But now, breathe, because what will you hear here? It's not just a prayer. It's a hug from God in your soul. It's as if He is holding your hand and saying, "Calm down, my daughter. I'm here." You don't need to carry everything alone. Today, through Psalm 27, you will understand that anxiety does not have the last word. That even when everything seems out of control, there is a presence that calms, a voice that guides, and a light that illuminates even the darkest of your thoughts. This message is for you who are about to give up, for you who woke up feeling afraid of what lies ahead. Don't skip this video. Don't close now. In less than 5 minutes, your soul can find the rest it has been searching for. This prayer will touch parts of your heart that you may not even know how to explain. Because when the Word of God enters, even anxiety needs to retreat. You are about to be renewed. But first, say it in faith. But before we start this prayer, let me ask you something. How many times have you tried to deal with everything alone? Or alone, keeping this weight to yourself, waiting for time to resolve it? And time has passed. But the anxiety is still there, isn't it? This happens because it is not always force that solves the problem. Sometimes what really transforms is deliver. Stop fighting alone and allow God to truly enter. You didn't get here by chance. If this message reached you right now, in the midst of so much internal confusion, it is because God has seen what you are facing. He brought you here for a reason. And that reason is simple. You need to hear what He has to say. Stay with me until the end of this video, because at the end, we are going to declare something powerful, something that will make your mind quiet, your heart calm, and your faith renewed. And I'm not saying this just to keep you here. I'm saying it because I've seen this happen to thousands of people. And today, it could be you. Now, take advantage of this moment and leave your like. But He doesn't do it out of obligation. Do it as an act of faith, as if you were saying, "I receive this word. I receive this peace." And if you feel like you need more moments like this, subscribe to the channel here. Because every day, early in the morning, we deliver exactly what many people need and didn't even know: word, direction, emotional, and spiritual healing. Click on subscribe and activate the bell. Don't let the rush of the day make you miss what could change everything. Because when God speaks, everything aligns. And this channel could be the reminder you're missing in the middle of your routine, that you're not alone. Now take a deep breath. Empty your mind. Cause what's next, it's between you and God. And this conversation could be the turning point of your day. You know, there are times when anxiety doesn't scream. She whispers. And that's the problem. Because while you are trying to keep everything under control on the outside, it is inside, little by little, wearing away your strength. You try to go about your day normally, but you feel like something is always out of place. A feeling of constant alert, as if something was about to happen, but you don't know what. And then, without realizing it, you start carrying a weight that wasn't even yours to carry. It's like being in a crowd, with a smile on your face, but feeling alone. Or worse, feeling empty inside. And it is at this point that the Psalm 27 enters like a key, because he doesn't offer you a superficial solution. He doesn't come and say, "It will pass," like someone trying to fill a hole with empty words. He comes with authority, with direction, with light. "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Of whom shall I be afraid?" This verse is not there by chance. It is a direct reminder: when God is with you, fear loses its strength. And this is not theory, it's real. Have you ever noticed that when your mind aligns with the presence of God, everything around you seems to lose weight? It's as if he said, "You can rest. I'm here." You're not alone, and maybe you're listening to this right now with tears in your eyes, because deep down, you just wanted to hear it from someone. I just wanted to feel like someone is still fighting with you. And yes, God is. He never left you, even in the moments when you thought you were forgotten. Even in that silence that bothers you, he is present. If you've ever felt this formless anxiety, this invisible weight that no one understands, comment below. I know what it's like, because maybe your sentence will help someone who is also going through this. And together, we build a space of faith, healing, and new beginnings. Now stay with me, because there is more than Psalm 27 coming there. And what he will reveal in the next section could completely change the way you face your days. And it is exactly at this point in Psalm 27 that everything starts to make more sense. Because David is not writing these words in a calm moment. He is not in a peaceful palace surrounded by comfort. He is in the midst of pressure, in the midst of persecution, feeling the fear of being destroyed. But even so, he says something powerful. "Though an army encamp against me, my heart will not be afraid." And here's the secret. It's not about what's around, it's about what's inside. Anxiety is often this invisible army, a silent attack that occupies our thoughts, brings insecurity, doubt, and makes us forget who is fighting alongside us. But when you remember that God is with you, Eve, in the midst of battle, your heart learns to rest. Not because everything has been resolved yet, but because you know that whoever protects you is bigger than the problem. Maybe you're living one of those days right now where the only thing you wanted was a break, a chance to breathe without guilt, to wake up and not feel that knot in your chest. But look, breathe with me now, for real. Take a deep breath, release slowly, and listen to this. You're not at war with life, you're just tired. And this tiredness is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you've already endured a lot without asking for help. God doesn't want you to fight alone. He wants to remind you that fear does not define your next steps. Faith does. And this psalm is here precisely for that, to reposition your mind, align your heart, and give you back control of your emotions through the presence of God. If you have ever experienced this feeling of being in an invisible war, comment below. I'm struggling, but God is with me. Write this with faith. Maybe this phrase is your way of declaring victory before the answer even arrives. Now hold on tight, because in the next section, prayer will take you to a place of rest that your soul needs so much. Let's go together. And when David keeps saying, "One thing I have asked of the Lord, and I will seek it, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life," he reveals something that many people forget when they are anxious. The true refuge is not outside, it is in God. He did not ask for riches, immediate deliverance, or applause. He asked for presence. He asked for intimacy. He asked for real comfort. Because, deep down, what soothes the soul is not the answer we want, but the certainty that God is near while she does not come. That's when we understand why this part of the psalm is so powerful. When anxiety is pressing, our mind runs after quick solutions, but the spirit, it just wants peace. And this peace does not come from logical explanations. It comes from presence. It comes from that moment when, even without understanding anything, you feel that you are not alone, that someone bigger than all this is there, by your side, supporting you. Have you ever experienced this? Have you ever had that moment when everything around you was falling apart, but something inside you held firm? It wasn't His strength. Was God holding you inside? It was His presence creating an invisible shelter in your heart. And maybe that's what's missing right now, to stop trying to understand everything and just get back to that place. The secret place where God meets you, calms your mind, embraces your soul, and gives you strength without even needing to explain. When David says he wants to live in the house of the Lord every day, he is saying, I don't want to visit God only when I need to. I want to live with Him, and that changes everything. Because when you transform the presence of God in your home, anxiety loses its living space. If this made sense to you, comment here. I want to live in the presence of God. Write it down as a decision, because perhaps this is the step that will begin to transform your reality. Let's continue, because what comes next will show you why God brought you here today. And now comes one of the most impactful parts of Psalm 27. David declares with conviction, For in the day of trouble He will hide me in His pavilion. He will hide me in the secret of His tabernacle. He will set me on a rock. It's as if He were saying, even when everything seems to fall apart, I already have a safe place, not a physical place, but a spiritual one. A shelter that does not depend on external circumstances, but on the presence of God. And maybe you need exactly that right now. A place where your soul can rest, even if the world keeps demanding it. Where you can take a deep breath without feeling guilty. Where you can stop charging yourself for having limits, because you have limits. But God. And that's why He calls you to this hiding place, to this space where anxiety doesn't rule, where external pressure doesn't define who you are, and where peace is not fragile, but firm as a rock. It is this hiding place that sustains you when everything seems unstable, when thoughts are heavy, when the news is not good, when the heart wants to give up. It is there that He places you on a rock, firm, stable, unshakable. And if up until now you have felt fragile, disoriented, without strength, this is exactly where God begins to lift you up from within. Do you feel this now? This presence that doesn't demand perfection, just delivers. If so, comment here. God is my hiding place, right with faith, even if it is through tears, even if the scenario has not yet changed, because that statement is your turning point. And take advantage of this moment of faith to subscribe to the channel here, because what you felt now, this peace, this welcome, will repeat itself many, many times. Every day, God has something new to tell you here, and you won't want to miss it. Activate the bell too. So, when God has something strong for your life, you'll be one of the first to hear it. And in the next video, we're going to talk about something even deeper. Something that is not just about you, but about who you love. Because there is something that is being prepared, and it will directly touch where you most want to see transformation. Now, stay with me. There's more coming.